So this is Apep. So I'm back again. The 11 Monsters of Tiamat. Kusarikku. Chaos, Spirit of the Mountains, and the Lands of the Dead. The Kusarikku, who is a bullman or a bison, appears as the body of a gigantic, monstrous, strong bull, often standing upright, just like the Canada mythology. Go look up Bullman in Canada mythology and the Minotaur. And the beard head of a man who is doubled horn. The Kusarikku is associated with the Utu Shamash and is featured on the ancient battle mace dedicated to the sun god. The Kapasu who seeks to work with the Kusarikku should consider that this monster is a direct solar light black flame manifestation of the ferocity of Shepash and Utu. Shepash and Utu are actually sun gods, and they on the certain gates in the Necronomicon. It was actually the what gate it was? Was it the fourth or the third? Nebu, no, Nana, Nebu, Ishtar. Yeah, he was the fourth. Shepash. Yeah, he was the fourth. You know. So we got that. The bull is also a symbol of lust. Because the bull is a symbol of lust because it's a lustful animal, and the sperm cell is connecting to the sun. That's why you got the circle and the dot. The sperm cells penetrating the egg of the woman, and the snake. The snake is actually the Ouroboros. That's what also the circle is, and the dot is the pineal. So your pineal gland as well, and the dot represents you, and the circle represents the things that's around you that you manifested on the inside. You know, and the bull was also a sacrificial animal. It was also a animal of strength and vitality. You know, it's also associated with masculine power and protectiveness. It is also a solar generating force. It represents that, and it's dealing with strength. It's dealing with the warriors, royalty, and is associated with a lot of gods in ancient Persia and in what you call it, Babylon. Um, it also is the seminal power. Now I'm reading. Now is the seminal power of rain, and so becomes associated with the lunar great mother, riding a bull or bulls drawing a war chariot depicting the masculine solar, but when ridden by a goddess such as Astarte or Sindanel or Europa, who was identified with her. The symbolism becomes lunar. Both your both oh yeah, my bad. The goddess can be represented as a crown with a bull head, while its horns are the solar power and the crescent moon, which is you could go back to Hathor. Hathor is also associated with the calf, the bull, and stuff like that. You go look at her horns. That's also associated with solar power. Exactly, the sun will be the pineal, and those horns is actually the reptile brainstem entering the left and right brain hemispheres. So if you want to learn more about the reptile brain or the medulla oblongata, just look it up. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I also forgot to mention the bulls also connected to Molech, and his name means king or ruler. You know what I'm saying? That's what the word Molech means. You know. Okay. So just give you that particular understanding. Fertilizing power. The lunar god Sin also takes the form of a bull. The Hittite god chariot is drawn by the bulls, but bulls are also harnessing to the chariot of weather, the bull and his queen. Zoroastrianism, the bull was the first animal created and was slain by Ahriman, but from its soul rose the germ of all creation. It was the soul of the world, but the generating force was the lunar, as it was associated with the moon and the fertility and the rain of clouds. Okay, when they talk about rain, that's also talk about sex, because the water represents the phallic symbol, pregnating the womb of the earth and giving new life. But also, rain represents ideas. You know, when rain grows, other things grow. Just like when you learn, you grow. So that's interesting stuff, man. Especially when you're working with this stuff. Like I said, there's a bunch of oh, door opening by itself. But by in the day, you got different energies that take place. But the bull and the bison. You know what I'm saying? You got he also mentioned the bison. I forgot to mention that. And if you want to look up the Minotaur, look up the Minotaur. The Minotaur is actually another form of this energy. There's no sigil for this particular energy, so really, this a person with a bull head, basically. A minotaur, you get a sigil of a minotaur, get an image of a minotaur, and just work with that with Kusarikku, or just draw your own. You know, draw a bull-headed person. You know, with an axe or some type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And put some solar symbols. But so far so good. I can't really remember because I did work with the Rico, but I didn't work with it too long. I only worked with it for 2 weeks, so I can't even remember what the fuck type of effects it has because it's been so fucking long, bro. You know what I'm saying? I do use it in meditation and stuff like that, you know, for the heart chakra, and that just heightens my consciousness. But that's pretty much it on that, you know. So far as working with the bull with the Asmodeus, that it tends to be a more sexual energy. And when I work with Molech, it seems like a lot of hardship comes my way. You know what I'm saying? But it's in a positive way. It's more of like not hindering you, but toughing you up. You know what I'm saying? So that's the very interesting thing. But I still got to work up on Molech, so I'm not even finished done working with Molech. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, so if you want to work with this type of energy or monster and the labyrinth and Greek mythology with the bull, um, there's two things the labyrinth could be, and this is what I would say is one, it could be the intestines because look at the way the intestines is moving. It's almost like a maze. And the other one, I really think it is the most is the human brain because the brain represents gray matter, represents the illusion, the matrix, the world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? It only operate the brain wants to operate off of the physical senses, you know, versus it's over the pineal gland, it's sitting on the pineal and the reptile part of the brain and in your other glands, you know. Another thing what I have to say about that is I forgot to mention about the mushu dragon deals with memory as well. You know, if you use yellow, that's the cerebrum, and you got the caduceus that's dealing with mercury, and that's also dealing with zinc. You know, just look up the symbolism of zinc. You'll understand what I'm talking about. And also, I forgot to mention about the Bamasu is that it was the first monster created by Tiamat. Why is that? If Tiamat's before creation, what is it talking about? Think about the atoms and molecules. Copper is the first molecule, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? So the science of the Bamasu or Basamu, Basamu or Bamasu, whatever, is the science of copper as well. You know, if you look into it, just look at the effects of copper and shit. You see what I'm talking about. And anytime they talk about a horned serpent, they're talking about sex. You know what I'm saying? A horned serpent, you're horny. Think about it. But until then, y'all be safe and keep doing what y'all doing, man. And if you want to work with intensify, damn. If you want to intensify working with the bull, Kusarikku, now I remember, use the sun seal. You could use a sun seal and that will help it too. Or use any symbols of the sun, but the sun seal tends to attract a lot of material wealth to me. You know what I'm saying? Once in a while it attracts a egomaniac, but I don't know why. It's just something on the inside of me that's attracting that, you know, because the sun could also be ego. So yeah, just work up on it. And oh, now I remember, man. Every time there's an obstacle that's in my way, I just visualize that bull with the axe, and I slice that motherfucker. I slice through the obstacle. You know what I'm saying? So that's just basically how I do it. You know, I forgot about that shit, man. All right, y'all be safe.